Hello, everybody. Oh, hi, guys. How's everyone doing? Oh, I can see some familiar faces. Right, let me get this chat open so I can have a see. Say hi in the chat, Rasha. Hello, my lovely. How are you doing? Everybody good? Everybody come say hi in the chat. I can see all your faces right now, but in case we get more people, tell me where you're coming from. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Nicola. Jordana, I can see. Hannah, Rachel. Katie, hello, my love. Megan, hi. Abu Dhabi, Aberdeen. Oh, yeah, nice. Amazing. Welcome, Beth. Nicola from Dubai, Kelly from Dubai, obviously. I'm in Athens. Christina's in the UK. Jill, hi, Jill. Jordana, Saudi, obviously. Yes, hi, Megan. Oh, wow, amazing. I'm so happy. Yeah, this is going to be a cool session. Say that again.
I just said hi, everyone.
Oh, Christina, yeah, come in. We've got more coming. We've got more coming. Christina signed in as my husband. Good to know. Good to know. It's either the iPad or your husband's account always. Yeah, yeah. Amazing, amazing. So I'm just going to let everyone come in. I hope everyone is doing well today. Christina and I are super excited about what we're going to share today. I'm just going to start sharing my screen while everyone else comes in. Please do say hi as you come in. Christina, I'll hand over to you to read out as people join us while I get started here. Right, let's see. There we go. All right, let's get rid of this. Go full screen. Right, we have got a special treat for you today. Right, if you haven't done already and you're just joining us, please do drop into the chat. Tell us where you're coming from. Say hi. It's going to be fun today. Let me get this chat open. All right, so Beth from Dubai, lovely to see lots of familiar faces. It's so nice to see you all, guys. Suzanne from Dubai. Hi, Suzanne. All right, do tell us where you're from. Right, so Christina and I have jam-packed this for today, so we are going to get going quite quickly because we know that your time is precious and is your most valuable asset. So we plan to use it very wisely today. We've come together, self-made and becoming her, to bring something super special, and we want to get you all involved today. So, as anybody that knows me already knows that I love a bit of interaction and all these things. This is not a sit back, chill, and it's get involved. Tell us what you're thinking. This is a very safe space. It's all very confidential, and we're gonna go through some and lift and shift today. So please do get involved. Get yourself a notepad. If you've not got yourself a coffee or your matcha yet, you've got a few minutes to be able to do that if you want. You might want to use headphones. We are going to do an activation today, so you might want to block out any outside noise. But you're also going to have a replay. So if you want to be able to do this and you're not in a quiet place, that's okay too. Please do make sure that you mute yourself because again, this is potent, straightforward, and we're going to jump into activation. So we need to all be very connected. We will have some time for Q&A at the end, and tell us a little bit about you in the chat if you haven't already. So I think that's covered everything. Let me just check the chat one more time. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Jill. Right. Okay, fab. Right. So we're just going to do a very quick intro. Most of you here, I've seen a few faces that I don't know, but most of you know me. My name is Deborah, and I am a business strategist, and I've been in business for over 20 years. I've had a product and service-based business, which I've scaled alone to multi-six figures. And I've learned a lot over the years in what it takes and what works and definitely what doesn't work in business and how to be more effective and get the result that you want much quicker. And now I spend my time working with amazing women, helping them build their businesses and using strategies that I used to make more money, build more freedom, get on TV shows, use your energy for good, like manifest the life that you want. And I love to do that. And what we're sharing today is a part of this that we've never really talked about before, and the behind the scenes stuff that I do, and the lengths I would say I go to protect my energy and make sure that I get the result that I want. Nothing is by chance. So that's my intro. I'm going to let Christina tell you a little bit about her, and then we're going to dive straight in.
Hi, everybody. So, my name's Christina Marco. I'm the founder of Becoming Here, and I'm a hypnotherapist, and I specialize in helping women become confident, release the blocks that hold them back, and really change the way you see yourself on a deep subconscious level, which is what we're going to share today. So, I'm really, really excited to guide you all through some of the work that I do.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So this is how we're going to go today. As you know, we're going to dive straight in. There's lots, so please do take notes, take pictures of the screen if you want to, tag us on Instagram, and then we're going to tell you about what we've curated at the end of this program, and we're going to invite you to something very, very special that's not available yet. So today's session, we're going to walk you through exactly how to unlock unstoppable, unshakable, and unapologetic confidence. Because here's the truth, confidence is not something that you're born with, it is a skill. And just like any skill, it can be learned, built, and strengthened day by day. So if you've ever thought, she's got something that I don't, I'm just not naturally confident like that, we want you to know that that is just not the truth. Today, we're going to walk you through a framework, a code, if you like, that you can use every single day to build real embodied confidence that sticks. This is not performative, it's not force, it's real confidence from the inside out. And it is called the confidence code. So by the end of the session, we're going to walk you through how to catch the beliefs that are holding you back, how to override the patterns that are keeping you small, what to do daily to build that real visibility and embody the identity of the woman who owns the room. So if you are tired of watching everyone else show up, speak out, get picked, while you're stuck overthinking or your next post or hiding behind your offer. So this is your moment. Let's begin. So here's the problem, that most women I work with don't struggle because they don't have skills. They struggle because some part inside them shuts down when it's time to be seen. Like I see women build these businesses, build in the background, and then the door closes when we go to sell. Okay. And this is the issue. You know the feeling. You go to post, you go to get out there. Who am I to say this? What will people think? You worry about sounding cringe, looking confident, or not confident enough. And the action that follows is that you shrink your pricing, water down your message, stay quiet, when deep down, you know that you have something powerful to offer. But it's not your fault. Let me tell you that millennials like us, so if you're 30 to 45 or even Gen Z, 45 to 60, we as women were taught to work hard, stay humble, and wait to be chosen. We were told that if you just keep your head down, do a good job, and prove ourselves, someone would notice. Give me a yes in the chat if you have experienced this, you know that that feels right for you, and that this is how you feel in today's world. Katie, yes. You can give me a hell yes if you want. Suzanne, yes. 100% yes. Rachel, yes. Hannah, yes. Yes. Nicola, yes. This is it. We were taught, Tala, yes, we were taught that we just keep your head down, stay humble, and it will happen for you. Everyone's in agreement with this. It just doesn't work in today's world. It just is not going to fly. And then, of course, that's made even worse by the fact that Gen Z can pick up a phone, record in 30 seconds, speak in unapologetic confidence, and then they sell. We've all seen those people. We're all like, oh my God. I've even worked with some of them. So no overthinking, no perfectionism, no second guessing. And there's part of us that's inspired by it, and other parts that just aches. It's like, oh God, because we were taught that being visible makes you arrogant. Wanting money makes you selfish. And now asking for attention makes you cringe, right? Are you with me on this? Everybody together on this one? Let's make sure we're all on the same page. But I think it's a yes, yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Everyone's in the same boat. Amazing. Okay. So we hold back. We dim ourselves. We play small while others claim the spotlight. It's not because we're not good enough. It's because we were programmed for a different world. We came from women who, our grandparents and our parents, like it was only 50 years ago that as a woman, you could get a bank account. You certainly couldn't get a mortgage. You couldn't get a bank account. You couldn't get a car. It all had to be under husband's name or daddy's name. That's only 50 years ago. So think about these women that have taught us how the world is and how the world works and the difference that we live in today. It is miles and miles and miles apart. And so we've got this world we've been created, and we have this visibility block. Now, this can show up as about a myriad of other thousand things: perfectionism, procrastination, imposter syndrome, to mention just three. It makes us question our worth. It keeps you stuck building behind the scenes and then not actually going out to shine, to show people your worth and your value. But it is just not because you're good enough. It's because your brain is running on an outdated program. And today we're going to start to uncover that and rewire it a little bit. So here's another thing that we've been taught: feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay, why this doesn't work. Okay, this is how we've been taught to get confident at something. Just feel the fear and go and go and go. Okay, so you try something once, you post it online, maybe you raise your prices, you pitch your offer, and then when it doesn't land, you get crickets or you get ghosted. Okay, and let me tell you, that happens most of the time when you're starting out in business. This is just, entrepreneurship is just like that. So then we shrink back, we overthink everything. No, I'm just going to take a break. I'll try again when I'm ready. You protect yourself. And that cycle becomes really, really normal. Start, stop, start, stop. You build up a little bit of momentum. One thing knocks you off, and then you're back at square one again. Anyone had this experience? Drop a yes in the chat. I'd love to know what people, if everyone has this yes, stop, start, hell yes. I think we're going to use hell yes a lot in this session. So yeah, this is how we feel, right? Everyone's got this stop, start momentum thing. And this is because we've had this ingrained: feel the fear and do it anyway. And so we build and then we go back, and we build and we go back. It just doesn't last. So we end up doing feel the fear and kind of do it instead. And this relies on willpower, all right? Because you're pushing through one fear at a time, one hard, slow step at a time. And yes, this can work, but it takes absolutely years. Trust me, I have done it and I've been there. Most women burn out or give up before they've ever reached the version of themselves that they know they're meant to be. Their Instagram goes quiet, the business slows down, and then they quit. Including me. So I had a fashion label. My first business was a fashion label I started 18 years ago now, something like that. And I built this business from the outside, you would think, oh my God, this is amazing. I was in British Vogue. I went to London Fashion Week. I did collaborations with Tony and Guy, St. Regis, Mini Cooper, W Hotel. My clothes were stocked in Harvey Nichols. Like everything I won awards. I had multiple awards: Emirates Women Awards, ADCB Awards. I was flown to New York for an award. Like it was insane. So many amazing things were happening to me. It was my dream. It's what I'd dreamt of since I was literally 8 years old. But the problem was, in the background, this was the narrative: what if I fail? I was riddled with self-doubt. I'm spending too much and not making enough. Is this the right thing for me? What if I'm not taken seriously? I had a huge fear of rejection. Others are better than me. I don't fit in. I'm not as good as them. I'm just not good enough. They'll think I'm rubbish. This is not profitable. People don't like me. This was the narrative and the story that was going on the entire time I was running this business. And then when anything came into my world that backed that up, then that just gave me more like, yep, see, I'm not good enough. I knew it. But why? Why is it that we can have all these successes and they just don't feel like successes? Why is it that we can be living our dream, but then at the same time feel so insecure about that dream and not make it feel like the success that it is? So much self-doubt and feel like we're not enough. It's because we were taught differently than today's generation. And this has created our personal belief blueprint. And this was made in the 80s and the 90s. And unfortunately, now we live in 2025 and the world is upside down. So we need to start with, number one, the first bit of the code is stopping the cycle of self-doubt. So we have to catch the belief, okay? So if you've ever caught yourself thinking, I could never do that. People like me don't do things like that. I don't want people to think I'm full of myself. If I raise my prices, no one will pay. I always mess things up. Why would this be any different? Has anyone ever said, oh God, I'm so stupid. Oh, such an airhead. Oh, such a blonde moment. People think I'm showing off. Yeah, you drop in the chat if any of these are resonating or anything else pops into your mind about what you already know that you say to yourself. No one wants to hear what I have to say. And I don't want to come across pushy or salesy. Let me just get down to the chat. Let's have a look. Sad, but very true. Yes, isn't it? We say these things to ourselves. And let's be honest, you would not say anything like this to a child. So why are we saying them to ourselves? Yeah. Now, we're going to talk through why. Okay, so we're going to talk through the deeper level. So everyone talks about mindset, right? But we're going to go deeper and deeper, even in this one session, to figure out what is going on. So on a conscious level, the things that we know about ourselves, we say things like, oh, I'm just a perfectionist, or I'll do that, but I'll do it later. Procrastination. I have major imposter syndrome. Oh my God, I couldn't stand on a stage. I have fear of speaking. It might be showing up that you're undervaluing your price, apologizing for charging. Like if you've got any of these things, and again, a whole host of things, you can start to think to yourself, what are the things that I know on a conscious level that I'm doing? Perfectionism and imposter syndrome are like, major ones that show up with most people. But if we take that as our thing that we actually know that we're like, we almost give a label to ourselves, or I'm a perfectionist. It becomes a label, right? But underneath that, if we go a bit further, we're backing that up with a story. So these can be conscious or unconscious. And these stories are what feed these labels that we give ourselves. So if you're saying things like, oh, I don't want to be salesy or fake, the story has been created somewhere in your life that visibility equals manipulation. So that means that staying quiet, for example, for staying quiet means that you're in integrity. It's not the right time. So once I fix this thing, then I'll be ready. I don't want to outgrow people. If I succeed, I'll lose connection with the people that I love. So I better keep it low key. If I prove I'm qualified, I need to prove I'm qualified before I show up. More degrees, more results, more experience. Only then I'll be worthy of being visible. So these are the beliefs that have been created and the stories that we tell ourselves underneath that conscious level of the things that we call ourselves, our labels. But then underneath that, if we go even deeper to the subconscious level, things have happened to us in our childhood. And because of the experiences that we've had, we've formed these beliefs on some level. So if you are praised for being quiet, polite, or easy, you then create the belief in yourself that it's safer to blend in, and speaking up makes people uncomfortable. If you were told not to show off or be too much, the belief is if I shine, I'll be judged or even worse, rejected. Humility equals safety. So then that belief is formed in you, then that creates actions, and then that creates these labels. If we're compared to a sibling or a classmate who are more talented or successful, the belief is created inside you, I'm not good enough and I have to work 10 times harder just to be seen. If you're criticized or laughed at for expressing yourself, the belief that's created is that it's not safe to be seen or express my truth. If your achievements were celebrated only when they were perfect, so 99% is just not good enough, it has to be 100. Your worth is attached to your performance. I cannot make mistakes and I can't risk failure. So therefore we don't try. The body and the subconscious keeps us safe from trying these things because we know that that's painful. So it stops us from doing it. We were taught to put others first and not take up too much space. Being visible is selfish, and my role is to support others and not lead. Again, these are a handful of hundreds and thousands of stories that can be built based on your story and what's happened to you and how you were taught growing up. Now, these can be conscious and there will be subconscious ones that are still running the show. This blueprint, your particular one, and it's different for everybody. We all have ones probably in common, but your particular one is the one that's running the show. And the way that we start to change how our life looks is by looking at this. Okay, it's looking at this blueprint. This is the blueprint that is in the driver's seat every day, subconsciously driving you around and getting the results in your life that you want. It's this stuff. So what we want to do is work on real shifts. So working on uncovering my beliefs with Deborah was game-changing for my business. I realized how much I was sabotaging my own success without even knowing it, undercharging for my services, not being visible enough with new potential clients, and waiting until I was ready. Now I have a steady stream of clients and I'm charging my worth. I've never been busier. This is the stuff that changes your outcome. So This is where it starts to get juicy. Now, I'm going to hand you over to Christina and we're going to do a little bit of settling in to this because today we're going to start listening to what our subconscious has got to say. So I'm going to hand over to Christina and we're just going to do a little session and then she's going to jump into a deeper one soon. So I'll put myself on mute for the moment.
Thank you, Deborah. So if everyone could just take a second to just ground yourself and come and be present because we've got always got so much going on and parts of us want to distract us, but this is your time to just focus on yourself right now. So if you could just take a deep breath in and close your eyes down for a second and breathe out. And I want you to imagine a white cord, a white sparkly cord connecting from space, shooting down to the earth, to the top of your head, connecting to your mind, straightening up your shoulders and your spine, shooting down through your core, through your legs, through your feet, connecting and grounding you to the earth and the universe. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders, relax your stomach, and just breathe in and breathe out. And let's create an intention for today. Why are you here? What brought you to this class today? What is it that you need? And how is this need affecting your life? And take another deep breath in and allow yourself to just get clarity on what it is that you really need and want to get out of today's class. And just take a deep breath in and out. And just gently open your eyes. And if anyone would be open to share that one thing that you came here for and would be happy to share it in the chat, we would love to hear it. And now that we're in this grounded space, I want to ask you a few more questions. What is it that you really want? What is your dream? And if you could write it down on your in your journal. And I know it's a big question to ask because knowing what you want is one of the hardest things to decide, and many people struggle with this because of self-doubt. So admitting what you want is an act of bravery. So if you could just write it in your journal, and if you feel open to sharing it in the chat, that would be also amazing because we're here to support you. I've really struggled to become the new me in the second chapter of my life and find confidence in that person. Leaving my corporate job, self-worth to support my family, that's beautiful. Suzanne, what's the second chapter, if you don't mind me asking? Learn something new about confidence? Well, you're definitely in the right place, Nora. So once you wrote down what is your biggest dream, and just take a few moments to connect to that. If I was to ask you, do you believe that you are worthy of getting this? What would be the answer? Scared to play for roles. That's amazing. 30s is the best. 30s is the best time. This couldn't have come at a better time. I've put my biggest proposal in today. Oh my God, good luck, Kelly. Yeah, the pricing. Yeah, being paid is something that a lot of women struggle with. So, do you believe that you are worthy of your dream right now in this moment? Just answer yes or no. It doesn't matter if it's yes, it doesn't matter if it's no, because we're going to uncover that deeply in a mini hypnosis session that we're going to do. And what behavior are you aware of that you are doing that is stopping you from having it? Is there any behaviors that you notice, like maybe you're not asking for the right payment, maybe you're undercharging, you're holding back? We just want to get awareness of the behavior. And if anyone is willing to share, that would be amazing. I'll just give you a few seconds. Yeah, perfectionist, things are never quite right. Second guess everything, undercharging with 18 years of experience, procrastination, not making myself visible. Thank you so much for sharing these because it's amazing because we only know what we believe based on the actions that we take. So if we're not being visible, not being it, not charging what we're worth, how we can't believe it ourselves unless we change these behaviors. But these behaviors are driven by our subconscious blueprint. So I'm just going to ask you one more question and just take a deep breath. What pattern in your life keeps returning? Like Deborah mentioned before, you stop, start. What is one pattern that keeps repeating? And there's no right or wrong answer for this. You can just type one word in the chat if you're open to it. Doubt, fear, stop, start, comparison, not believing in myself, questioning myself, fitting in and not shining, procrastination. Yeah, because every time a pattern keeps repeating in your life, it comes disguised as these service level things like procrastination, but it's actually not. It's a deep rooted belief, and it's not to keep you stuck on purpose because you're actually not good enough. It's because these things are reflecting back the part of your identity that needs to be healed. So I'm just going to share with you a pattern in my life that kept repeating on the surface around money, not charging, but on a deeper level, it was around success and what I believe to be true based on what I was taught growing up. So I grew up in Liverpool. If anyone has ever been there, let me know. And I grew up in a working class background and I didn't grow up with money, but I did have a happy childhood and I spent a lot of time in my own little world just creating. And when I was about 10, my mum had gone back to uni to try and get us, a better job and a better way of life. So we got our first computer. And after watching The Net with Sandra Bullock, I became obsessed with typing. So I was a really nerdy, shy kid and an only child. So I would just spend a lot of time on the computer. Sad, yes. But anyway, by 11, I learned how to code HTML, PHP. So by the time I was 13 to 15, I had built this fully beautiful website from scratch. I drew it on Photoshop and Paint. And no one really understood at this time what I was doing because the internet was quite new. It was the dial-up times, if anyone remembers, any millennials. And my dad had never used a computer in his life. My mum just thought was worried about me because I wasn't playing out much. I was just always on this computer, and she just thought, oh, she's just a little nerd. I'll leave her to it. But what happened was, I grew up in a school where it wasn't you. You were told to you stood out or you shined or did something different, you were literally bullied. And it was like, who do you think you are? So I kept this website really private and it was popular with kids my age. So I didn't want to share it with anyone. When people would visit, I was so embarrassed in case they found out it was me. It was like these cartoon dolls. But what happens is it starts to become really successful. I start making money from it. I get checks from Google. And it took me months and months to go up to someone in the school to ask for guidance on what I could do. And when I did, they looked at me with so much disgust and like as though I'd just done something really terrible. And they literally said to me, "Someone like you can't make money like this. You need to stop and focus on your schoolwork and focus on how you're going to get into university to get a job." And I was a little bit confused because I was like, I'm already making money, so it doesn't add up. But I went and asked someone else, and they said the same thing. Someone else said you need to get a life, you need to focus on school and getting into university so that you can get a proper job. Now, even though that these were 2 minute conversations, they really imprinted a blueprint and a self-image that was so strong that it impacted the way I showed up in my life throughout my adulthood, even though I didn't necessarily know that these were big moments. And I internalized the belief that it's wrong for me to make money. If I speak up and stand out, I'll be judged, excluded, or shamed. And that it's wrong for me to make money any way other than working for someone else. And I have to work really hard and suffer to make money. So what happened was eventually I did go to uni, I did quit the website and I tried to get a proper job. But during that time, I got really depressed, full of so much self-doubt and anxiety. So I took it upon myself to go to acting class in Manchester for about 2 years during this time. That's where my interest in how I could believe I was someone else for a little while and this self-doubt would wash away. And I became obsessed. I became obsessed with this. And after I graduated, I ended up moving to Dubai and I started working in a restaurant, if anyone knows the scene in the marina. And in my days off, I ended up working in tech eventually, but in my days off, I just started going to acting classes, theatre classes. And what happened was, about 2 years in, I was still having my 9 to 5 job, so I didn't really think anything of it. But all of a sudden, I started to get like lead roles that were in the cinema, uh, lead roles for Visa and HSBC that was in a billboard. My TV commercial was would be played in the cinema, and people started to see me. And for the first time in my life, I went from invisible to visible from creating my own stuff. And I published my book at this time, and someone asked if they could interview me about my story, which was supposed to just be for a local paper. And a few weeks later, it was in the Daily Mail, but exaggerated. So my whole life, all of a sudden, was just out there and it was not a part of my blueprint. It made me feel sick because I was taught if you are seen doing something, like you will be judged and criticized. So what happened after that was I tried to build the business that I'm building today, but I didn't have the identity to support it. So after all of this, I went back into hiding. I developed a lot of shame. I got really scared about being seen and I moved to London, got a job in corporate, worked in a $1 trillion company with industry and built their business up from scratch online, increased their revenue from like 80K to 3 million in 1 year. And the same pattern with money kept happening. I was underpaid and um and I just missed out the fact that in all of these jobs that you see on here, it was the same story with money. And this is how the subconscious can get you because I had evidence now of what was possible if you believed in yourself. But my blueprint with money was so strong that would hold me back that I literally wouldn't ask for payments. Anything outside of my 9 to 5 job, I literally wouldn't ask to be paid. And then when I would get paid, something crazy would happen. Like I would literally get robbed. And I was even in the Starbucks in the Marina Mall once, and I just got paid from a commercial. Someone literally robbed all the cash, excuse me, from my purse, which is not heard of. Like who gets robbed in Dubai? Like you literally get your hands cut off. But all of this was happening. And it happened again on a commercial. So what do? I look at my environment. Oh well, I'm not being paid, so now I have to go back to my job. I'm not cut out to be an entrepreneur. I have to pay my bills, so I go back into hiding, and the same pattern repeats. And then in London, the same pattern repeated. Underpaid. The men in the office were paid 5 times in the salary. I went back to what's familiar, working behind the computer, building someone else's dream. And it wasn't until I did the deep subconscious work that I'm going to walk you through today was when things started to shift. And this is why I became a hypnotherapist, because it doesn't matter how hard you work, what you do, how much you try and consciously change. If your identity isn't aligned with your own value, even if you don't see your own value, the same patterns keep repeating. And the thing is, we can look at our behavior, procrastination, holding back money, and we can blame it. But all of the time, all of these things that show up, no matter how frustrating it is to meet a subconscious need. And it's not our fault. It's just a loop. So the first time I did the exercise that I'm going to walk you through, the part of me that wouldn't ask for payment, it was the little girl inside of me telling me like, is this safe? This isn't safe. This isn't what we were told is right. And it's the loop. So, in that exercise that I'm going to guide you through now, you're going to meet the part of you that has been holding you back from having what you want, but the part that is holding you back in whatever means by keeping you small in some way. Instead of trying to fix it or fighting it, we're going to listen. Because the self doubt and fear that hits you when something big is about to happen isn't your enemy. It's a younger part of you asking you, will I still be loved if I succeed? So we're going to take a look at the message that lies underneath. And rather than seeing it as a sign that you're not worthy, we're going to listen to it. So if you're ready, we're going to spend the next 15 minutes and just connect to that part of you and see what it's been trying to do for you. So can you just take a comfortable seat and close your eyes and just take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. And start to become aware around you. Become aware of your body. Feel your feet. Feel your legs. Feel the heaviness of your arms. Feel your neck. Feel your eyes. Feel your head. You are exactly where you need to be. And just take one moment to be grateful for how far you've come, for everything that you've gone through. And the only thing you need to do right now is be present, to connect to yourself. There's no past, no future, only now exists. And just take a deep breath in and reconnect to the part that brought you here today. What part of you guided you here? And take a moment to think about the one thing that is holding you back. That part that is holding you back is not who you are. It's just something that you've learned to do to survive. Just like you learned how to walk, how to talk. This part that's holding you back is just a part of who you are that has become automatic. The part of you that doesn't feel worthy of success, The part of you that holds back when she posts online, the part of you that doesn't believe that it's possible, the part of you that feels guilty if she puts herself first, the part that procrastinates, who plays down her achievements, who doesn't share her work, the part of you that waters yourself down to not offend anyone. All of this is learned and it's not who you truly are. So just connect to this part of you now and allow yourself to truly feel it. And I want you to imagine you can turn your eyes inwards and go inside your body and locate this part. Where do you feel it? Exaggerate this feeling. Allow yourself to be truly aware and feel it for the first time instead of pushing it away. And exaggerate even more. Move your body physically to exaggerate the emotion. Express it. What do you see? Notice how you feel. And breathe slowly now, allowing yourself to feel this. You are completely safe. You are allowing this part of you now to be seen. Connect to this part of you now. This part has been trying to do something for you for all of these years. It's been trying to tell you something by causing you to feel this emotion, which has caused you to hold back and doubt yourself. I want you to give that part of you a voice now and just speak to it gently. You might say, I see you. I feel you. I'm listening now. And when you are ready, ask it, what have you been trying to do for me? How have you been trying to help me? Don't force the answer, just allow it to come up. Allow it to rise to the surface. Maybe it's been protecting you from being judged. Maybe it's stopping you from showing up fully so you are not criticized. Maybe it's holding you back because if you become too successful, you have to leave someone behind. Let it answer in images, words, or sensations. Sometimes the part is carrying the weight of others' expectations. Sometimes it's learned to dim your light to keep you safe or connected. Allow it to rise to the surface. And now that you can see that this part, in fact, is trying to help you in some way, thank this part of you. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for keeping me safe. I'm sorry for not listening to what you have experienced and how you've been trying to help me. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I love and accept you. Now tell it what you want instead. Tell it how it's safe for you to be confident and seen, and give it a new role that will help you achieve this. It could be your inner cheerleader. It could be confidence. It could be power. It could be safety. Now place your hand on your heart, and I want you to imagine a white light is pouring through your head, down through your body, and you feel this wave of energy healing your cells and cleansing you from head to toe, making you feel lighter. And I want you to imagine you are going up, up, up above your room, above the city you are in. You're going up through space, where you come to a big, bright, white, beautiful light. This ball of energy is the energy full of possibility, made up as the same materials as you. And this is where you get to experience the feeling of this possibility, of what can happen if you let go of holding back, you let go of this doubt, and see yourself feeling worthy, free, and magnetic. And feel what it feels like to experience what it's like to embody confidence. From this place, anything is possible. And take that energy and go up, 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 and see it on a big screen now. Allow a movie screen to appear in your mind. In this movie screen, it's playing the story of your success. Where are you? See yourself on this movie playing out. You are whole, perfect, strong, loving, harmonious, and happy. And feel I am worthy of all of this success. It's safe for me to be seen. You are safe to have everything you wanted. See yourself being, doing, and having what you want. And just cleanse all the muscles in your body and feel that energy pour into your body. Take a deep breath. And slowly stand up, keeping your eyes shut. And I want you to smile. Feel that energy, experience the emotion of being free. And jump up and down if you've got space. And smile more. Feel the emotion, exaggerate it, exaggerate it. You are powerful, you are free. Smile more, allow yourself to be happy. And take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, you can slowly bring your awareness back into the room and return with this energy. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina. That was amazing. How's everybody feeling?
If anyone has had the slightest shift or what they experienced, I'd love you to share it in the chat.
I think also these can be quite intimate shifts, things that happen to you that, and it's okay, like obviously to keep it to yourself. You're just invited to share if you do. If you did feel anything, if anything came up that you didn't realize, well, that wasn't in your conscious, I'd love to hear. Or just how did it feel? How did it feel to stop for 10 minutes and breathe? Like sometimes it's just like nice just to stop for a few minutes and breathe deeply. Like that was like 10 minutes of just feeling. Put anything in the chat. Lighter.
Lighter.
That's amazing. Lighter is good. Lighter's nice. Had a slight tear, but in a good way when I stood and smiled. Yeah, I get super emotional when I do stuff like this. I cry all the time. I felt emotional thinking of why I might have these feelings and relax and energize. I love it. Same, lighter, very present. Love it. Got some clarity on what I need all the time. Yeah, how amazing. Tears. That's the, I mean, Christine, you might want to answer into these, but for me, that's that energy like releasing, you know.
Yeah,
I sobbed and I felt closure, delirious at the end. Good.
it is because, doing this work, we're always told to, achieve the goal, to grow, focus on your self-development, your goals. But, sometimes the true transformation lies in going back and meeting these parts that are literally just trying to keep you safe.
Yeah, amazing.
And
All right.
it's not easy to do. So well done to everyone for
Yeah,
feeling this.
thank you so much,
Run away.
everyone. Yeah. Yeah,
You, yeah.
that was amazing. Thank you for showing up for yourself there. Good job. So we're gonna move on so that we can start to walk you through the rest of it because this is just only one tiny part of what we put together today. So when we catch that belief that's holding you back, yeah, please keep chatting in the chat and we can go through it at the end as well. So please put any feelings you have, any emotions, we'll read through everything for sure. So when we started to do this, we realized that real change doesn't come from forcing your way through it. It comes from retraining your body to feel safe and seen and heard and fully expressed. And that is the value of looking back inwards instead of doing it externally. Thank you, Christina. That was absolutely lovely. So once we've caught the belief, like we do it on first of all, we do it on a conscious level. We look at the stories, we go inwards, and we really start to unheave some of this stuff that's been pushed down. And the next thing is to override the patterns. So once we realize what they are, we can retrain our body. The body is insanely intelligent and we can retrain it. So the traditional way of overriding limiting beliefs relies on doing more, chasing external validation and hoping that your confidence will catch up. So, we've got this thing, we want to be seen, we try and get that external, like I want to become known, I want to get the recognition, I want to achieve these things, I do, get that external validation, start that business so that I'll feel accepted. And the approach that we're taking is the absolute opposite of that. We rewire the belief from the inside out. So your thoughts shift, your actions align, and your standards rise naturally because you are doing it from the place, an internal place, and not getting it from an external. If we rely on an external, we never know what we're going to get. If we can trust ourselves and do things from an internal standpoint, one where actions are fully in alignment with our higher self, we can let go of outcomes. We become really good at being like, okay, well, I just trust that this is in the right alignment for me. We achieve things, we do things because they feel really good for us. We validate internally, doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. And we build businesses that serve, we charge right. We know that we're allowed to take because we're giving at the same time. We build things and we know that we're loved for what we're doing. It is a different ball game. I never posted anything on social media in my life. I was always behind the scenes, building my husband's business, saying yes to everyone, completely drained. Working with Christina changed everything. I found confidence to show up, post, and speak on camera for the first time in my 40s. But more than that, I feel like me again. It's changed my relationship, my energy, and my life. So if you felt even the smallest shift, imagine like doing this on a deeper level and really focusing on it and giving yourself the opportunity to let some of this stuff go. Like this is where real change happens. No, we don't have to do more. We just have to do it from the right place. But this is why it's confusing as hell, because we see things on social media. On Instagram, self-worth has 7.2 million posts. How wild is that? That's wild. And so we're taking in, again, externally, all this information about self-love and self-worth and confidence. And it's not only short-lived, but it's super confusing. Like, stop negative thoughts and think differently. Oh, okay, great. I'll do that. Thanks very much. And then you do that for 2 days and then you feel bad because you stopped doing that. And then you're a failure. And then you go back into the loop of like, it's surface level, like garbage, basically. Surround yourself with positive people. Well, you can't always do that depending on your life situation. You have to do it from within. You have to change yourself. You can't change anybody else. And when we change, our surroundings change. Do not compare yourself to others. Oh, again, thanks so much. Really helpful. I won't do that anymore. It's just like, surface level garbage. And no one's really talking about the real stories here, the way that we've been conditioned socially and that we have to adapt to living in a world that's moving so quickly. And it's just really hard for us to keep up. Like for real, it's super hard for us to keep up. The internet is louder than ever, and then Gen Z shows up with confidence, unfiltered, selling in seconds. They have noise. But what we have is we have the substance. We have years of real experience. We have real results. We have the depth. We have the strategy and wisdom because it's been earned the hard way. I pretty much know everyone that's in this room right now, and I know how absolutely incredible you all are. So while we're overthinking for that caption that's polished and perfect, they're already on the third launch because they just don't have that same block that we have. And it's not because they're better, it's just because they are visible. So, what we can do if we have confidence and we start doing it from a different, not these external confidence pillars, we're doing it from a different place. Imagine putting that with the depth and the experience and the wisdom that we have. Oh my God, you've got something super powerful, something that's more successful than any of these new businesses that are coming along. If we don't start matching our experience with equal energy and visibility, we'll keep getting drowned out in a world that rewards boldness over brilliance. And that is the world that we live in. And it's only going to get more and deeper and quicker as technology evolves. So what do we need to do next? Once we've caught that belief, we've override the pattern, we literally rewrite those patterns. We have to create a new story for it in that what you've done, like a mini one that you've just done, give it a new role. Give this feeling, thank you very much. This no longer serves me. I saw what you were doing, you're trying to protect me, but now I need to go and do this. And it's on repetition, right? It's like that work. And then we need to do the work. So we don't say, oh, we just do the same thing every day. What we do is we start to build these habits into our daily life. Awareness is the first step. Once you've caught that belief, we rewrite it, but it's like a muscle. Confidence needs to be trained consistently. In the same way you want the result at the gym, in the same way that you eat healthy food, you'll have a healthy body. We have to train our mind to do the same thing. This ain't going away with some affirmations and some journaling. It's not going to happen. We have studied thousands of tools used by athletes, world-class speakers, and high-level CEOs that build resistance, focus, and unshakable presence. So what do we need to do once we've got these new stories? We need to build these life-changing habits. And this is where it becomes concrete for us. We need to feel this in our nervous system, not just in our mind. But again, because if your nervous system feels safe, you are going to show up in a different way. And once you start doing that, everything changes. So we choose the best, absolute best tools, and here's some that you can do. And this is only 10 minutes a day. It doesn't need, and it should be 10 minutes a day. It shouldn't be something that takes forever for you to do. Should be manageable stuff. So here's some stuff. Mindset priming. Don't leave it to chance. We need to prompt to set your identity and intention for every single day. We are telling the world what we want. We're telling our nervous system that we're safe, and we're priming to make sure that we go out and we do those things. We can meditate to connect with the subconscious. We can use hypnotherapy. So what you've just done with Christina can be done under hypnosis. Is the path that I took, myself. And what we're talking about here in the code, we do that, but we go deeper, we go quicker, and we get to the real root causes. Journaling obviously is part of it. We need to empty out the conscious mind to reveal those beliefs. So the more conscious we are about what we believe, and sometimes it takes some digging, like the mind is tricky, it will hide stuff from you. Then we need to regulate that nervous system. So making sure that we're, anything as simple as breathing and as big as making huge life changes. Like there's a massive range of how we can regulate that nervous system depending on where you are. And the new story reinforcement actions every day that reflect the new story and not the old one. So how do we do that? So once we've written that story and we're practicing every day doing these techniques, like we're building the muscle, then we create the identity. And this is the fun bit. So this is where we reinforce that new pattern. And this is like how the brain works. This is what the brain needs to get different results. We've looked, this is like very, very, very rooted in science. This is not like wishy-washy, like Instagram stuff. This is rooted in deep science of how the brain works and how your nervous system works as well. So once we have done all this, the next thing is to embody the identity, because confidence isn't just what you think, it's how you move, how you speak, and how you show up in every single room. Your energy can carry it before you even say a word. Now, anyone that knows me knows I'm a fan of energy. So a little word on energy before I go into the identity bit. When you learn to regulate your nervous system, we rewire the stories that have been holding you back. Everything changes, and your energy changes too. So that woman that walks into the room, like instantly, like turns their head. It's not because of what she's wearing or how loud. It's because of her presence. We all know people like that, right? It's not just body language. That is nervous system regulation. That's inner safety. That's the woman who's done the work and she just owns the room. It's like, it's almost magical, like who is she? That type of thing. When your inner world shifts, your external world feels it. You become magnetic, grounded, unshakable. It's not a performance, it's who you are. And that is the power of what we're doing here. So that leads me lovely onto manifesting, another fun topic of mine. So your energy then is the baseline for everything you attract. So you don't manifest from thoughts alone, like these things, again, these Instagram Gen Z things that people are like, oh, I just manifested, whatever. It's your frequency. from how safe and grounded and worthy you feel in your body. It is literally, you're dialing into the frequency where you can attract like a magnet. If it's, the wrong frequency, it will repel. And if it's the right frequency, it will attract. And trust me, I've put this to work. I love a bit of manifesting. So if your nervous system is dysregulated and your subconscious is still running stories like, I'm not good enough, I can't be seen, then the best strategy in the world will not land because your energy still says not yet. But when your internal world shifts, you feel safe, you feel powerful, you feel open. And what happens? You move differently, you speak differently, and then you become a match for the things that you've been wanting. That's why energy is the foundation of manifestation. It's not hustle, it's not perfection, it's not performance. It's energy, alignment, embodiment. We don't need to do more. We just need to focus on our energy, and it feels fantastic. So we embody, this is where it all comes together. You regulate that nervous system, rewrite those stories, shift that energy, and then create the identity that you can literally step into. You guys have seen me do this with Self-Made in the past 6 months. I created an identity, and not only identity, I created a whole business. The whole business had an identity. I now can step into the power of Self-Made because it almost speaks for itself. I'm just like the poster girl for it, right? But I created it very much on purpose because it gives me the identity to step into and step out of as I please. And we've got tangible elements to that too. So how you dress. So what signals confidence to you? So we need leave nothing to chance. We create what signals confidence. So we look at what we think in the world signals it, and we create it. How you speak, what words do you use? How do you hold space for others? Maybe your clients, maybe your family, maybe your kids. How do you spend time? What you prioritize and what you will no longer entertain. Super, super important. And how you think and respond, especially when things don't go perfectly. This is a bit of a harder one, but again, over time, we build those muscles. And when things don't go right, we can shift the storyline. Everything that doesn't, when things happen to me, I just think, well, it's just, it's there for a reason. And trust me, I've been through some really heavy stuff in life. I'm not sitting here saying that not having any experience with any of this, because trust me, I've been through enough to know that this stuff works. And the version of you becomes a tool, grounded, embodied, reference point. So when the fear kicks in, you don't collapse back to the old self. We don't waste time. We don't go back. We don't shrink. We just consciously step back into the woman who leads. And the more you practice it, the more you become her for real. And we know that Marilyn Monroe was an absolute star at doing this. This is what all her base of her work was based on, stepping into the Marilyn Monroe persona. So it existed then, and it's only just got better now. So we've all been told to fake it till you make it. Not around here. This is not our vibe. It's not what we're about. We're about don't fake it, just make it. That's the motto for what we're working on here. We are building absolute stellar, confident, amazing women that are going after what they want. Feel free to take a picture of this. Post us if you feel like you've got something valuable out today, because this is where we're going and we're so excited about it. So I want to invite you just for the last 2 minutes while we're here, and then we'll move into a quick Q&A as well. We have put something together for you, which is, we're super, super excited about it. This is a live program. So Christina and I are going to run this together. And it's over 35 years of combined experience. We've lived it. We know exactly what it takes to get those successes that you want, little, small, massive, whatever you want. This is the first time we're seeing strategy, business strategy combined with hypnotherapy. It's the first time that we're seeing support and daily actions and actual done with you type courses, because everything that exists right now in the world is all very like, watch this program. That's not what this is about. This is the done with you situation. And nothing exists like this for women in business. And that's why we're so very, very proud of it. So this is a 6-week live program. It's starting next Wednesday, exactly the time we've joined today, 1 o'clock GST, 12 o'clock Athens, 10 o'clock UK for anyone else that's in different time zones. And it's going to be 6 live guided sessions. So once a week, And it's with me and Christina together. And we are going to combine coaching and hypnotherapy activations. So you're going to get in-depth sessions, and it's not just going to be all theory. We're actually going to put these things into practice, and we're going to build out those daily practices based on what your desired outcome. So it's made for you. And we're going to build that identity on the other side of it as well, built with you. Anyone that knows me love a good WhatsApp group. So 24/7 WhatsApp support for wobbles and wins and ongoing support as always. It will be a safe space to grow and build and unfold for what it is that's coming next for you. You get access to a confidence toolkit, which we have built, has got the proven techniques in there used by elite actors, performers, and CEOs. And in that toolkit, it's not just a regular toolkit. It is a daily system that builds real embodied confidence from the inside out. We've got mindset priming. So we've got short targeted prompts set to your identity and intention for the day. Morning and evening subconscious rewiring audios. We've designed to reprogram limiting beliefs where your brain is most receptive. So we do it at particular times in the day. We've got pattern interruption scripts, so real life phrases to use in the moment of self-doubt or when perfectionism creeps in. Visualization, future self-embodiment exercises, so to train that nervous system to feel safe and visible and powerful and get paid, which is most important. And then scenario specific, so we've even put in there what to do, say, and think when you're about to pitch, go live, raise your prices, step into a room where you feel small, like send that email there you've got your new prices on. We're going to give you the micro habits for magnetic presence, simple, repeatable shifts that are going to anchor you into that confidence every day, and nervous system regulation based on psychology to calm fear and activate clarity fast. It's amazing. And of course, again, you know me, I love a good bonus. So I'm going to put in there an extra for you, confidence sales masterclass. So I'm going to talk you through how I have pitched myself in the past, what I did to go on Shark Tank and get investment in my company, how I stand there, how I pitch, and go through my own experience of what I actually did to get these things done. Like, how do you pitch yourself to go, to get on a private jet for free? I've done it. I can show you how I did it. Confidence pitch masterclass. I've gone to pitch myself with $20 million projects, just me, little me, standing there alone, and got 7-figure contracts from doing so. And there is a way to do it. And another cherry on top, we've got, if you book this with us for the next 72 hours, you even get a one-to-one with Christina. So what we've done today, you get to do that alone with Christina and go really into your own personal story, which again, I have done plenty of, and I'm a super fan and I love it. And of course, everything's recorded for playback. You get lifetime access to anything. So you miss anything, don't worry about it. It's all in there. And we've got an app for you to go and access it if you're on the go, you need to. So this is everything. We've got the 6 guided sessions, the hypnotherapy activations, the daily practices, the identity PDF, us all the time helping you, supporting you go through it. And of course, community is huge for me as well. Women supporting women is massive here, and this is going to be a good one. It's going to be juicy. Confidence toolkit, and of course that sales masterclass and the pitch masterclass and the one-to-one with Christina. I mean, we have tried to put in as much for this because this is the first time we're ever going to do it live, and it might be the last. After this, it won't be live. So this is a very, very special thing that we've curated just for this first round. The value is 6,725, and as you can see, it's absolutely jam-packed. And we're launching this offer for only 1,197. But you know that I love giving you even more because you showed up today and you opened up your heart and you joined us, and I love you for that. So we've got an extra special bonus just for this masterclass, which is 997. And if you book in the next 72 hours, you do get that one-to-one with Christina. So you can click here to join us. It is going to be an incredible, incredible transformation, and I cannot wait to be on this journey with you. We've already got people signed up for this, so I'm super excited to get going. As I said, this is going to be live, and it's not going to be live in the future. This is a very interesting opportunity to have a transformation, not just for your business, but potentially for your life, for your relationship with your kids. And anything that I have built along with Christina, we've been through it ourselves, and honestly, it's life-changing. So there is your offer. It's on the page. It is now live. This is not on my website. It's for you only. You can use this QR code to scan and to join us. And we're super, super happy to get going. Right. Q&A. I'll just leave that up for a few minutes, and I'll just go back to seeing all your beautiful faces. There we go. If you can if you want to, you're invited to put your cameras back on so I can see your lovely faces. Um, right, let's do a little bit of Q&A. Rasha, I can see your face. There we go. Let's get this chat open. Right, let's go all the way. Finally, someone who says it with substance. Love this. Yay. That's the whole point, right? None of this like internet garbage. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing so I can see all you all. All right, so how's everyone feeling? I'd love to know how you're all doing, how you feel. How's everyone getting on? Any questions also? I know that but that was quite a lot in 1 hour. So feel free to ask any questions, anything about the program that we're starting next week, anything at all. I'm more than happy to answer any questions, or for me or Christina also. Kelly, how are you doing over there? Did the sob feel good?
I've recovered, well, half recovered. Yeah, it was excellent. Thank you.
Good. Really
So
glad.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Very clearing.
Yeah, good. And I know that like you are one of those women that does an amazing, amazing job. So it surprises me to feel that you feel like that. But yeah, it's powerful when we start to make these shifts, right? Like it can be super powerful for our business and life and everything. Definitely feeling relaxed and light, as I said, but I'm ready to actually do something. I love that. It's in the doing, Katie. I'd love to have you join us. I think you would be fantastic on this. Your energy is wild. I love it. I cannot wait. Nicola, you're already joining us, I know. Anyone got any questions? Suzanne? I'm just looking at people that I can see faces of, really. Excited to dig deeper. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be wild. Suzanne, how are you getting on? Oh, you're on mute still. Oh, it's not letting you do unmute. We had that before, didn't we, Christina? Because struggling to unmute, unless you're on headphones. Okay, no worries. Right. Well, I love that in the form of a retreat. You're right up my street. So that's exactly what's coming next. I decided though that this week that I want to buy the retreat. So instead of like renting it from people, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to collapse the time and I'm just going to buy it and then have my own retreat and then host the business retreats rather than doing it through other people. Because I just thought like, what's the point in waiting? So yeah, you messaged me on Instagram about that, didn't you? Who's on iPhone? I can't see a name. I feel like I've been dysregulated state for such a long time. And I'm really curious to see how my performance will improve when I tackle this. I'm so burnt out. Yes, right? Like working from that place of burnout. Like I literally built 2 businesses from that place. It's all that masculine energy, go, 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 making decisions because you feel like you have to and not because of from a place of alignment. And I'm telling you, it just when we reconfigure this, and it doesn't need to take a long time. It really doesn't need to take forever. This is not 20 years of therapy. This is just the pieces that don't feel right so we can shift them and move them and get to where we want to go. And it's very, very powerful. That's me, Mona. Oh, lovely. Hi, Mona. So yeah.
Remember when it used to be cool to be like, yeah, I've just did 20 hours
Yeah.
non-stop. I'm getting up at 4 a.m. Like that used to literally be me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The morning routine, and then this will be a different kind of morning routine.
Yeah, it's fast.
Yeah, I spent such a long time just blending in since dancing. I feel like I'm ready to move and become a new me. Yeah, you're moving into power moves right now, Suzanne. I mean, I know this, we've worked together. I know what you're working on. It's major visibility for you, my girl. It's gonna be good. Okay. Anyone else? We all good? Thank you so much for showing up. I know that time is your biggest asset. I cannot wait to get me out of the gym. Yeah. I cannot wait to move forward with this. I'm very excited what Christina and I put together. And I feel like this is a real movement and a real transformation that you're going to get. If you've got any questions, you can feel free just to drop me an email. You will get an email after this with your 72-hour offer. You're amazing. I love you all. You've been incredible.
Much,
Thank you for
everybody.
sharing. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Christina. And
Thank you, Deborah.
you're welcome. Thank you so much, guys. See you soon. Have a great day. Bye. See you. Bye, bye, bye.